Kyle Filipowski step to the center circle. Spending some of your Monday night with us. Only 3 games tonight in the NBA. This is the latest tip of the 3. Here is Kevin Durant. He'll work on Filipowski. Durant bounces off to Smith. Smith for 3. He opens the score.
And right away, Marketed helping out Filipowski, but a great read by Durant. Smith left open, knocking down the 3. Houston, they don't shoot a high rate of 3-pointers, so knocking one down early, good for the Rockets.
The Rockets take the second fewest threes in the NBA, but they do shoot them well. They're top 10. Here goes Markkanen. Markkanen gets 2 feet in the paint as Markkanen.
And be able to hit a floater like that, just showing the skill here early.
Here's Şengün. Puts his back into Filipowski. He'll find Smith. Now it's Tari Eason. Eason's picked up by Isaiah Collier, and that pass is picked off. Now Filipowski with all that length. He'll shovel off, find Cody Williams as Williams.
There's a lot of size here in this front court for Utah, particularly with Ace Bailey, 6'9", maybe close to 6'10" as well. You saw that length on defense.
That pass got deflected off the rim. It's gobbled up by Filipowski.
And a nice deflection, active hands from the Jazz.
Well, you talk about all that length. Jazz fans have to be excited as they look forward to the future with this Jazz roster. More on that as tonight unfolds as Filipowski took a bomb. He'll bank and miss. Amen Thompson hauled it in, but he dribbled it off the
now. With the exception of that last shot, I was saying they're getting paint touches.
Here's Amen Thompson. And through contact, he puts it up and draw return next season. You know, you have 6'11", Kyle Filipowski. You mix in Keontae George.
3 of those guys are bigs that you talk about, but as a fan, I love it. I love to see how the game has evolved. To see them play small forward, I would hate that. The guard a 7'1" Markkanen. I don't know if I'd like that.
Bill Hardy has said that J.B. Bickerstaff's jumbo lineup in Cleveland, he played the 3 as Evan Mobley and Jared Allen were the 4 and 5.
Saw a lot of that.
Good indeed.
It just speaks how the game has evolved. What these big men can do today, quite extraordinary.
Quick hands by Isaiah Collier. Collier puts it up. He got fouled from behind by Amen Thompson. Points. He was racking up, as you alluded to, Greg, huge assist numbers heading into the break. And in fact, in the 5 games before the balls, down to Smith. Smith cross court to Thompson. Back it goes to Smith. Good ball movement east-west by the Rockets. Results in a Kevin Durant corner 3 that doesn't go. Once again, he'll snap a pass to Williams. Now Filipowski. Filipowski got avalanche as Tari Eason was there, and he just took it away. Durant now on the bounce. Works on Williams. Finds Şengün. Şengün to the rim. Filipowski deals to Collier. Collier fakes the 3. Got Durant in the air. Collier got inside by Eason, who came back with a defensive play.
When you talk about Collier, we met with Will Hardy, and he referenced Tony Parker off of 2 feet, and that was something that Isaiah worked on this offseason, and it has paid off as he's shooting 51% from the floor.
We see the pressure again by the Jazz. A steal. Bailey leaks that frame. Utah defensively has jumped on the Rockets. They forced 5 early miscues here this evening as Thompson comes up with a loose ball.
That residue from the other night in New York sort of continuing here tonight. Not the start that Ime Udoka wanted. And that little 3-quarter press giving Houston all kinds of problems valuing the basketball.
Şengün draws a double. Smith with a 3.
First possession of the game for Houston from that same spot off a double team.
Here's Markkanen. Markkanen had to take it away. Durant has his head up. He'll lead a pass to Thompson. Now to Smith. Showtime.
Woken up the Rockets.
Ime has a way of getting his team's attention, does he not?
He gets broadcasters' attention. I was ready to go when we met with him earlier.
Markkanen. Off it goes to Filipowski. Filipowski floats it up and in. He switched his chair and gave him the mini one.
I was, you know.
Here's
Thompson. A little practical joke.
Thompson drives, floats, score.
All defense last year in the NBA. And with Fred VanVleet out for the season, has assumed more of a role as the primary ball handler and has shown glimpses of greatness in the offensive end, particularly in the paint.
Certainly has had to add to his duties as Thompson, as Filipowski finds Bailey. Bailey works on Eason. Back it goes to Collier. Collier playing with 2 fouls. Shot clock winds to 1. Collier fades away. The loose ball's tipped by Filipowski. Eventually gobbled up by Şengün. Here's Thompson on the run once again. He'll throw on the brakes. Dump back to Smith. Smith's been hot early, and he has another. First, Ime Udoka takes a timeout, gets his club's attention, settles things down, and the Rockets are in the midst of an 11-2 run as we are back underway. Markkanen off the feed from Collier, launches a 3, and it's tracked down by Smith. You're just joining us. What a start for Jabari Smith. 11 quick points as Thompson tears to the basket.
A sense of purpose and high energy and really good defense for Houston.
Collier works in towards Smith, shovels back to Filipowski. Filipowski unloads and drills a 3.
And Filipowski, a Duke legend, showing his range.
Started all 72 games he played at Duke over a 2-year stretch. Easton between the circles. He'll bounce off and find Şengün. Steve Mikhailuk has checked in for the visitors as Durant fires. Taylor's got it. Filipowski is watched by Şengün. He'll play through Markkanen. Markkanen works his way to the foul line, had it knocked away. Up ahead it goes to Thompson.
Job is taking what the defense gives him, and the 3's there, he'll knock it in.
Durant's coming off a 30-point performance 2 nights ago against the Knicks as John
has not had a lot of resistance the last few minutes on this side of the court.
Does Smith have another? Indeed he does. Big side rebound is grabbed by Smith. Here's Durant again. Durant to reach Shepherd. Shepherd has 3.
But they shoot a high percentage. And now Houston is focused from 3.
Rockets have hit their last 8 shots. That 3 ball is no good. Tipped by Love, gets it off to Konchar. Love steps back. Finney Smith in a crowd had it for a moment, then he tried to rip it away from Konchar. However,
season at some point, and even though they're facing each other for the 3rd time this regular season, says it is still so surreal being on the court.
Storied resume for Kevin Durant. Here's Shepherd, the pass from Şengün. Talk more about Kevin as tonight unfolds as Şengün and lays it in to give the Rockets his 40-25 lead.
This incredible footwork and feel.
Love keeps it alive for a Williams 3. Love a second offensive rebound on this possession. Markkanen puts it on the floor, throws a shoulder into Shepherd, puts it up.
Possession, unable to secure the defensive possession by getting the rebound.
Jaren sensible as to the Rockets. Şengün, Easton, Thompson, Kobe, and Shepherd make up the Houston 5. Shepherd lobs to Şengün. He's guarded by the 18-year veteran in Kevin Love. Inside it goes to Thompson, taken away by Markkanen. Markkanen on the run, in toward Easton. Off it goes to Sensabaugh. Sensabaugh, the Ohio State alum, back to Markkanen. Markkanen trying to throw it down and got fouled.
Body, 2 possessions in a row. Markkanen getting to the rim. Good things happen. Şengün not known for his rim protection, but showing he's got a few tricks up his sleeve.
Days ago for Şengün, it was appearance number 2 for Durant, number 16. Shepherd, guarded by Konchar. Shepherd called upon to take some of the point guard duties with Fred VanVleet on the lineup. He was injured in preseason workout in the Bahamas. Really bad news for this Rocket club. A Sensabaugh down the lane off the Love feed.
Pops and get down the floor and attack before the Rockets defense can get set.
The Jazz have offered a 7-0 run. Thompson looks for an opening. Into the corner it goes. Wide open 3 by Kobe. That's the Markkanen. As Markkanen continues to run, he'll find Sensabaugh. Sensabaugh twists, got a Kobe in the air. Tried to find the cutter in Williams. It's shoveled back to Love. Love with a pump fake. Got Şengün in the air. And rattled.
Creating that open top of the key 3 for Kevin Love.
It has been a first half of runs. Kevin Love in his first season with the Jazz. 5-time. Şengün, twist and score.
But right now, Utah finding some rhythm as Jabari Smith and Durant on the bench.
Cody with a good defensive play, knocked it away from Sensabaugh.
There in that timeout and thought that Easton dislodged and fouled him. Certainly looked that way from that angle.
Meanwhile, here's Love. He'll find Collier. Collier works his way inside, goes to the left hand. That's rebounded by Easton. Easton's out here with Durant, Smith, Kobe, and Shepherd. Shepherd will find Easton. Easton drives, double clutches. Collier just 21 years of age to Sensabaugh. Sensabaugh seems to be finding a rhythm, and this is third and terrific before the break as Kogi drives and has it knocked away by Elizabeth Shepard. Long lead pass finds Durant. Durant deals off to Eason. Eason puts it up and in.
And Kevin Durant just draws a crowd. 6'10", high percentage offense there from the Rockets.
Love and Collier play catch up top. Now Sensabaugh. Sensabaugh works in toward Shepard. He lost the ball, but he gets it back. Sensabaugh floats it up and in.
Sensabaugh is the 40-point game a few weeks ago, so he can flat out score. Not just a shooter, a scorer.
Yeah, he had a stretch in mid-January where in 3 consecutive games he went for 43, 27, and 25 as we have a
It out, but Sensabaugh, a nice piece. Played well as of late.
Played a single season at Ohio State, led the Buckeyes in scoring and 3-point percentage back in 22-23. Filipowski's back in the ballgame. He'll work on Smith. Smith knocked it away and it pinballs over to Shepard. Smith crossed over Filipowski. Gets inside and lays it in, and Smith's fine first half continues.
There, Smith showing not just a shooter, but can put him on the floor.
Certainly giving the Jazz something to think about, and he does at the other end as well. And Smith with the rejection. Kogi slashes, reverses, and scores. And Will Hardy executed a 10-0 stretch, and the Rockets answered with a 2 run of their own on the other side of the break as Filipowski. NBA.com or visit the NBA app. A lot of good-looking games this week in the NBA.
Yeah, I know what I'm doing the next 2 nights.
That's it.
How about the season he's having for Utah?
Sensational.
Really is.
He has been fun to watch. Keontae George, unfortunately, has missed now 5 in a row, and 8 of the last 9 with sprains to both ankles. I told you earlier that Jaren Jackson played only 3 games with Utah before he underwent surgery, remove a growth in his knee, as Kevin Durant has that ultra-high release point.
And sometimes it's not great to go against your idols right there. As we know, Ace Bailey, a huge Durant fan, but so efficient. KD.
Collier floats and misses. Bailey was able to disrupt it. Durant drive and dunk. Have opened up their largest lead, and Smith is really giving the Jazz something to think about with 18 points here in this first half.
This is a big-time first half for him. Now Utah, not a lot of resistance defensively. Houston getting whatever they want.
Collier floats it up and misses. We have a whistle.
Layups, really getting anything he wants on the offensive end.
You mentioned Utah's struggles defensively, and I think that's why so many people are excited to see Jaren Jackson. That ball hit the baseline consecutive season, but things likely are going to be a little different next season, aren't they, Grant?
I agree, and we saw a little small sample size of the 3 of them playing together, and it was really something. Guarding the paint, that's what Will Hardy talked about. Their ability with that length to get a different look defensively.
We're going to throw in the young talent in the backcourt. Markkanen in traffic, can't get that to go as Eason elevates, takes that out of the air. Thompson and Durant play catch. And then takes his time and throws it down.
And so efficient in transition.
Bailey. Back it goes to Sensabaugh. 18 fast break points for the Rockets through the first 2 quarters.
Getting stops and getting out and flying in transition.
Markkanen awfully late in the shot clock. Ball comes to Filipowski, and it is a shot clock by a lead has ballooned to 21. Filipowski with a standstill 3. Smith on the board. And Thompson in towards Markkanen, lost the ball. Filipowski nearly had it knocked away by Şengün. Sent it ahead to Collier. Collier upstairs to Filipowski. Filipowski couldn't find it. Sensabaugh does. Markkanen on the weak side. He throws
some good looks, just not able to convert. Most importantly, they've not been able to get any stops here on this end.
Smith back to Eason. Shot clock winds to 3. Eason to the elbow. Smith inside, tips it in. Grabbed a team high 6 boards. Bailey. Backs up, sizes up Şengün. Thompson took it away from Filipowski. Thompson on the run. Rockets continue to attack, and this time it's Eason.